Hi, welcome to Spirit Mail. This is a love reading for Aries for the month of August the 15th through the end of the month. And I'm just going to ask real quick, God, guides, archangels, Holy Spirit, angels, thank you for the love, light, and prosperity of these cards, and thank you for the clarification, confirmation, and validation through these messages. Okay, so in regard to your love life, we're going to look at the energies of the recent past, what you're transitioning through now, and what's coming in the future. Okay, the recent past. Oh, love began. So you have a brand new relationship that you're working on. And right now, you're transitioning through these new beginnings. And in the future, you're going to be looking at deception and envy. And don't get too discouraged with this card because we're going to get clarifiers and find out what all this is in regard to. Okay. Let's see. We're going to use the Good Tarot. And love begins is like, it's almost like this new relationship that you have began like you weren't looking for it. It just happened. It just came out of nowhere. And it was almost like serendipity or something like that. It's like it was meant to be. Y'all were meant to meet each other. And these new beginnings, it's the same thing as the Fool card and all that. Perhaps it's y'all met each other 6 months ago or a year ago, and now y'all are ready to take that next step in love. And we're going to get clarification on that too, because I want to say you're a little bit nervous, but that's the energy I'm feeling, but perhaps not. And then the deception and envy, sometimes that just has to do with the way other people perceive what's going on. Has nothing to do with the way one person's treating another within the relationship. But we're going to get clarifiers and see where all this is going. And then we'll know. Then we'll know the answers, okay? All right, love begins. Please show us why, what it is about this new relationship, love begins. Why is that showing up in the love reading? I mean, it's pretty clear, right? But who knows? Let's see. We're getting the Three of Fire, and we're getting the King of Fire, and we're getting the Seven of Fire. Okay, so this, you're dealing with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Perhaps this is what is coming into your, this is who came into your life. And it's possible that when they came in, you might have actually been in another relationship. And you possibly had to take a risk and say, you know what, it's more important that I go with this feeling, with this new relationship, and get out of my comfort zone and go from there. Or maybe you weren't in another relationship, but maybe there was somebody that you would have never ever seen yourself with, because maybe you thought they were too good for you, or maybe you thought you were too good for them, but something forced you to just get right out of your comfort zone and go with this. The King of Fire, this person is, I have chills right now. This person is like everything you've ever dreamed of. It's almost like, it's not almost like, he or she, because this is not gender specific, and but this person is very compassionate. They're very authoritative in their beliefs. Like they're confident. They know who they are. They don't need anybody to build them up. They are just fine, just like they are. They don't even need a relationship, but they want you, okay? And what's so wonderful about them is that they're compassionate. They lead from their heart. You see how his heart is just all opened up right there, and see out the sun rays coming out of his eyes. This person is very spiritual and very grounded at the same time. They're very balanced. They're very wise, and you're just like, wow. You know, possibly everything I ever could have asked for, I found right there. And I wasn't even looking. I mean, it's like I wasn't even looking. And they're nobody that I thought I would have ever dated. The Seven of Fire, you've had not necessarily the best time with relationships. Okay, so but this is more magical. This is like, you know, in your heart, this is way different than anything you've ever experienced in the past. See the unicorn? That's magical. And he's on top of a mountain. So right now you're feeling like you're on top of the world. Or in the recent past, whenever y'all started dating, you know, you felt like you were on top of the world, like everything was just fairy tale like. It was your happily ever after. So that's your recent past. And the recent past could be anywhere from, you know, a year ago to 10 minutes ago. Who knows? Only you can determine that. So now we're going to look at this New Beginnings card, because this is what you're transitioning through right now. So we're going to find out why is the New Beginnings card showing up in Aries love reading? What is that about? I'm sorry. Woo. Wow, all three of them right there. The Four of Fire, the Star, and the Four of Water. Okay, this is exciting. This is telling me that either y'all are about to get married or you recently got married. In the love reading, how I'm gonna interpret this card. Either you have recently gotten married or you're about to get married. This is the very same card as the Four of Wands in the regular tarot or traditional tarot, and it's where they have the two wands on this side, the two wands on this side, the little castle in the back, and the beautiful fabric that's draped everywhere, and it's a card of bliss. And that's what this is too. It's a card of bliss. This little angel, this little fairy, is sitting on top of this mountain, the same mountain that she was on before, whenever she first met, or he first met this new person in their lives. So now she's sitting there relaxed. She's sitting there as if she is I'm searching for words, like I can't find the word I want to say, but like she's totally comfortable in her skin. She is right there. She's walked into this, and it's actually just flowing for her. She's not got a care in the world. Her life is lit up by her creator, by her higher power, whatever, and by the love that has come in this relationship that is just so magical. Okay. And then you have the Star card. Okay, and this is an Aquarius. Perhaps this new beginnings, all these fire signs had to do with who you are, and this Aquarius is actually who you have married or about to think about marrying or whatever, going to the next level. But the Star card talks about you were endowed with the ability to create. You were endowed with the ability to shine your light on so much darkness, and she is in this card. If you look at her real close, she's standing in front of the moon, okay, and her star is shining above her head, and she's holding something right here, and this thing that she's holding is something that's very dear to her. So this person, if this person is an Aquarius, this is them holding you and your relationship very dearly to themselves. So perhaps this new beginnings is a card is a confirmation. The next thing that you have is the Four of Water. And in the Four of Water, we see this beautiful creature under the water with these pearls. And she's holding three. She's got three, and then there's one that has dropped. And that one that has dropped is possibly something that she doesn't need anymore. Or perhaps it's something that she will need to pick up again later. But this is a beautiful card about emotions. Perhaps you're leaving behind the emotion of fear because now you have leveled up in this relationship and you are actually very, very confident in it. This little angel, fairy, whatever she is, you're very confident in where you are. So perhaps there are some things that you are dropping away, some emotional baggage possibly that might have walked with you into the relationship. Those little things from behind, she's dropping it. She's letting it go because it's not important to her in this relationship anymore. Okay, let's find out, why is deception and envy showing up in this love reading as a future, in the future position? What is it about this card that makes its presence known in this future position for Aries love reading? Okay, let's see what we got here. So Aries, I'd be anxious to know, did you recently get married? Are you fixing to get married? Have you just leveled up in your relationship? I say just leveled up. Just recently leveled up in a relationship. I'd like to know how this reading resonates with you. Please leave comments in the comment section. I'd be anxious to hear. So deception and envy. We have the Page of Earth. We have the Fortune's Wheel, or the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Three of Air. Okay. It's just going to take me a minute because I'm not getting this. I'm not wanting to get this. So we're going to see what happens. Page of Earth. This is a young energy that is very enthusiastic and very determined to get a job done. Okay? That's a younger energy. The Wheel of Fortune is about the wheel's always turning. Things never stay the same. They're up and they're down, and they're up and they're down. Okay? And then the Three of Air talks about betrayal and rejection. So perhaps something is coming up in this relationship that it's not going to be easy to walk through. And this doesn't necessarily say it is the other person. Perhaps it's you. I don't know. We're going to get a little more clarification on this. Can you give us a little more clarification about this situation with deception and envy, with the younger energy, about the wheel going round and around? Things are good, things are bad, things are good, things are bad, and about the betrayal. Please show us a little more about the betrayal in this love reading. Somebody from somebody's past. And it could be just memories of somebody in the past. But something about the past. And Eight of Earth. So the Eight of Earth is about work. It could be about school. And it's an earth sign. So an earth sign is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. So perhaps there's somebody within your, okay, so I just got something while I'm looking down. So this is, okay. This has nothing to do with your relationship. It does have to do with your relationship, but nothing to do with your relationship. Somebody has a child. Okay, one of you either have a child or had a child or have children. One of you has a child, okay? And they perhaps thought whenever this all took place that they were the luckiest person in the world because they were going to get a new parent, or perhaps they thought, no matter what they thought, whether it was good or bad, I think that it was good whenever it started with the relationship with this child was good. Whenever I say child, I don't mean like infant. I mean like probably teenage years. Okay, they are a good kid. They're really a good kid, but something has happened within the relationship that has made them feel betrayed. Okay, they feel like this isn't exactly what they thought it was going to be. For some reason or another, they're not getting the fulfillment from this relationship that they thought they were going to get. Okay? And they're remembering a time whenever they had the attention of that parent, whether it's you or the other one, they're remembering a time whenever they had the attention of that parent all to themselves, and they didn't have to worry. That it was all magical and wonderful, and when I say magical and wonderful, I don't mean like every day was a party, but they had your attention, or the other person's attention, and they knew that they could count on that. And now they're having to learn. This is about being a student in the real world, and here's your younger person. They're having to learn to accept that they're not the only jewel on the tree, okay? That there's other people involved. Perhaps the other person has kids also. Perhaps you merged a family together. But something is going on where this younger person in this relationship is having to learn to share attention, because it's not as it seemed. And it's the same thing, really. It happens with men and women in relationships. When you're dating, you go through that phase where you're courting each other, you're putting on your best face and all that stuff. And if the person we're dating has children, we tend to do the same thing with the kids. But then whenever we marry and we all move in together, suddenly this person that I only ever hung around whenever we were dating, or whenever, whatever, suddenly she or he is in my house all the time, and oh my gosh, it's like they're telling me what to do, and they're not even my mom or dad, that kind of stuff. Excuse me. So I'm going to get an advice card in this situation. And excuse me, because I'm needing to cough again, and I'm thinking that this kid is having trouble speaking their needs. They're having trouble speaking their needs in this new relationship. This is beautiful. This relationship is beautiful. This right here, this deception and envy card, this is sometimes it's a natural consequence of how things happen in the progression of melding two families. Okay, so I think that this child, excuse me, is having trouble speaking their needs at the moment, and they might need a little bit of compassion, a little bit of understanding. They might be acting out instead of communicating. Okay, so we're going to get a little bit of advice. What can we do about this situation with this child or children in this new relationship, now that we've melded this family together? What can we do to help them navigate this change? The Six of Earth. Be generous. Okay, that's what I said a while ago. Sometimes we have to have compassion, and we have to see things from their perspective, and we have to encourage them to talk. Don't sit them down and drill them, but make yourself open to. And if it's your spouse or your partner, make yourselves open enough that they feel that they can communicate their needs. Or if they do something that's so out of character, the acting out, perhaps, just say something like, hey, that's just not your normal behavior. What's going on with you? You know, something simple like that. But I see this as a really beautiful situation. And again, this right here with the kids, that's a natural consequence whenever you meld families together. The important thing to remember is that, you know, everybody is looking for love. Everybody's looking for validation. Everybody's wanting to maintain their place in the world. Even the kids, especially the kids, you know, because whenever we meld a new relationship, a family together, these kids are, you know, in the beginning, like I said, whenever everybody's dating and, you know, all that stuff, everything's wonderful because we're courting the kids as much as we're courting the new love. But once we level up and either move in together or get married or whatever the situation is, sometimes those kids are, you know, it's like, oh my God, you get to tell me what to do? Really? You're not my mom. You're not my dad. That kind of thing. And it's not because they don't love you or respect you. It's just a different it's a different perspective. You know, they're seeing things a little differently, not what they expected. Okay, so we're going to get 3 additional cards from the Everyday Tarot, just a little bit of extra clarification, confirmation, and guidance, and then we'll be done, Aries. Congratulations on this up-leveling. I'll be sending you good energy with this situation with the kids. Again, I would sure like to know what's going on out there. Write in the comments, let me know how this resonates with you. And they're saying, yeah, look at things from a different perspective. You're going to have to back up, not because you're not doing anything wrong. You're just going on, and sometimes they just don't understand what that means. So back up and look at things. Detach yourself and look at things. Look at the whole picture from everybody's perspective. 10 of Wands, you have probably been a single parent, or the other person has probably been a single parent for a long time, and together y'all get to put that burden down and help each other. And whenever you got married or moved in or whatever, your commitment to that person is also a commitment to their children or them to your children, because kids are a byproduct of us. They don't have a choice in any of this, okay? So carry the burden together, but because this is a 10, it's like y'all get to figure out together how to put this burden down with the child or the children. And you might need to make sure, no, not that you might need to make sure, you definitely need to make sure that you take care of yourself too, that you retreat within sometimes, because whenever we don't do that, whenever we don't take care of ourselves, our energy source fades, and then we end up taking out our frustration and our emotion on these innocent kids. And I'm not saying in a bad way, excuse me. These kids are having a hard time communicating what they're feeling. Sorry about that. But whenever we don't take care of ourselves, it's impossible to give them the best that they deserve from us, okay? So definitely take care of yourself too. Okay, Aries? I hope you enjoyed this reading. Again, please leave comments and let me know how this has played out in your life, or if it's too personal, I get it. But please like and subscribe and hit the little bell notification too. All right, Aries, have a great day, and we will see you next time. Bye.